Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be flying from here in Abuja, Nigeria, up to Frankfurt, Germany, then across to Washington Dulles, then down to Charlotte Douglas, and then finally up from Charlotte to Cleveland. However, I will not be giving an in-depth review of all of these flights. The first two flights will be flown in economy on Lufthansa's A330. And as my last trip report went into detail about this experience, I won't bore you with more of the same thing. This then leaves us down to the last two internal flights, which will both be flown on American Airlines. However, starting today's video, we'll be flying from Abuja's brand new international terminal, which was only opened in December of 2018. This new terminal has the capability to process up to 15 million passengers a year. This will then enable the airport to grow by a staggering 400%. Before long, however, it was time to board my 15-year-old Lufthansa A330-300. Unfortunately, on this flight I did not get a window seat, but I did get a bulkhead seat. The plane took off, I had some dinner, and then finally I fell asleep all the way for the rest of the flight. I then disembarked and had a few hours to kill in Frankfurt, so I had some food and had a massage. But before long, it was time to board my next plane. This one would yet again be another 11-year-old Lufthansa A330-300. And so I settled down and enjoyed this 8-hour flight to Washington Dulles. I had some food, watched some movies, and then it was time to land. And now I'm back again in the United States. You can consider this video to be almost like a full course meal. Those two Lufthansa flights were more like a starter, and now we're diving into our main. So you know what? Let me just rewind and start this entire video again from here. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, and we quote unquote start our video here in Washington Dulles. Today we'll be flying on the only American Eagle flight out of Washington Dulles, and that is on a CRJ-900 to Charlotte Douglas. However, I have a few hours to kill, so for the first time ever I will be doing a real life update of Washington Dulles International Airport. The first plane here is the one I just disembarked, and this is just where I was walking a few minutes ago, but this is going to be heading back out to Frankfurt. Next is my home away from home plane. We have a British Airways 747 which will be heading out to London Heathrow. And behind it we have an Aeroflot A330 that has just arrived in from Moscow, Russia. Heading further down the terminal now, we have a Brussels A330 that will be heading out to Brussels, and then next to it we have a South African A330 heading out to Accra. We then have an Air China 777 heading out to Beijing, and then just arrived in we have a Virgin Atlantic A330 inbound from London Heathrow. Next here we have a rather new addition to Washington Dulles, which is this Alitalia A330 in from Rome. And then further down we have the Saudi Arabian 777-300 who's going to be heading out to Jeddah. We then have my Lufthansa A330 that is now pushed back, and an Austrian 767 next to it which will be heading out to Vienna. And finally, to finish it off, we have an Avianca A320 with service out to San Salvador. I then headed down to my gate where I had some payway to kill some time. Soon enough, however, my plane started boarding. CRJ-900 is a rather more spacious CRJ compared to its CRJ-200 sister, which we actually flew on Delta Connection. My seat for today had a nice amount of legroom, a seat back pocket, and a very large tray table. Soon enough, however, we began our pushback and taxi out to runway 30. Then just after takeoff you are given the option of cookies or pretzels with a beverage of your choice. Then not before long, the city of Charlotte, North Carolina comes into view. Then after that, the plane flew directly over Charlotte Douglas International Airport. And then I started up my GoPro and this happened. This is a huge points down for American Eagle. Out of all of the other airlines that have accepted the GoPro, this is the first airline that has said to take it off the window. However, I would not let that defeat me, and I just started recording with my phone instead. CLT only gets one European airline, and it's in the form of this Lufthansa A350-900 to Munich. But little did I know I'd be flying this exact A350 you see here from Dulles to Munich in a couple of weeks. But not before long we arrived at Charlotte's Express Terminal, which is actually undergoing some construction, and so deboarding isn't exactly a 5-star experience. After connecting to my next gate, I then boarded this American A319. The A319 has very minimal legroom, however I did get 3 seats to myself. The seat also comes with a tray table and a nice view over the wing. This flight also featured an in-seat power unit. But not before long we began our pushback and taxi over to runway 36 center. This flight was pretty much the same as the last one, so I won't bore you with more of the same thing. I'm definitely not using this as an excuse because I definitely didn't fall asleep. This is actually becoming quite bad. Like I've learned how to fall asleep in economy seats, and now I've literally let you guys down on 3 occasions. But in this case, I'm hoping you can kind of understand my point of view, because I did start my day here and now I'm here, so you know, there's kind of that. But that does conclude my review of American Eagle, among other things. And I have to say, so far, American Eagle has been the best American Legacy Express airline. However, in the next video, we'll be completing the holy trilogy of American Legacy Express airlines. And that is United Express, so stay tuned to see how they compare. And speaking of United Express, this was my first time seeing United's new livery in person on this CRJ-900. But apart from that, I want to thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.